With the onset of the new year comes the onset of new games. We've previously looked at 5 city builders coming this year that we're super excited for, however, I've got 3 more for you today that'll hopefully whet your city building appetite. These are 3 upcoming city builders for you to feast your eyes on and add to your Steam wishlist. Answering our call for more combat-inclusive city builders is Viking City Builder from Rosslegen. Once again, we've got a tasty little title being developed by a single person, and you all know on this channel how I feel about solo devs. Viking City Builder follows a Viking clan as they lay ruin to Europe and settle upon the ashes. With elements of real-time strategy included throughout, we're looking at a stunning base game with incredible graphics from Unreal Engine. Fortify your settlement against raids, build an army and defend your village while maintaining resources and cultivation. With a sweeping vista of different seasons and aesthetics, Viking City Builder is made all the more gorgeous with the inclusion of ray tracing. This is probably one of the first city builders I've seen which allows you to build boats beyond a simple fishing setup. I'm curious to see how this will be implemented within the gameplay and if we might get some naval warfare, which would certainly be a new element to add to this genre. Combat aside, the city building core of this game looks to answer all of our classic wants in this niche. We have pathing, structures, mining, farming, and hunting. The notes for this game also hint at expansion, which I know is one of the features that can become quite stagnant. A city grows too large or gameplay becomes too easy once resource management is organized. One of the elements that frustrated yet intrigued me about Timberborn was the use of districts, building a city within a city. It kinda gives a fresh feel to even a long-winded save game, and it'd be really cool to be able to potentially expand our village reach and maybe create a network of settlements, in keeping with the Viking style of conquer and settle. Fingers crossed to receive more information on this gorgeous title soon. In the meantime, show it some love and add it to your Steam wishlist, link in the description below. Next on our list is the long-awaited title Manor Lords from Slavic Magic. Still without a release date, this game has been incredibly interesting to watch develop. The dev has been doing an amazing job via social media and Steam articles in keeping the public up to date with the game's growth. And I get the feeling we're not so much watching a game be developed as we are being included in the research and consultation of its entire direction. This has such a collaborative feel to it that when the game does land, I think we're going to miss this dialogue of should we, could we, will we. Manor Lords is a 14th century European-inspired city builder with RTS qualities. Much like Viking City Builder, we have more combat entering our niche. With large-scale battles and complex resource mechanics, Manor Lord promises a lot of new ideas in the field of city builders. Focusing on historical realism, this game blends classic city builder elements with more in-depth combat systems that adds the options to arm your villagers, hire mercenaries, or even call your customizable retinue to battle. Again, we see expansion being brought onto the scene with the ability to negotiate or conquer neighbouring regions. Merchants and trade also relies on regional statistics, which means some of your villagers will be better at producing certain items than others. Population mechanics differ slightly from traditional, with peasants spawning without reproduction or nomadic abilities and never dying of old age. In an article released on Steam on November 3rd, the dev says that the time mechanics make aging, reproduction and family tree mechanics very tricky, so the focus here will be on resource management and the combat. The city building gameplay is gridless but includes snapping tools to better organize your village. With seasonal mechanics included, we see room for disease, famine, good and bad harvests, while also using the shape of the landscape to better defend your township or attack others. There are some really exciting systems in the works that will add a lot to this title and genre once it releases. While researching this game, it struck me how much the art style and color palette reminds me of Kingdom Come: Deliverance. Considering KCD was based in 1403 and this game is styled on the 14th century, I'm pretty impressed with the consistency of historical research across both titles. This aesthetic is an absolute favourite of mine, and considering the inclusion of both city builder and RTS mechanics, I'm more than a little excited for this title to land. But that being said, I'm also really enjoying following the development journey. Jump over to the dev's Twitter or the Steam page to have a look at more information. I've linked both in the description below. Our third game to have a look at is the sequel to one of my all-time favourite games, Frostpunk. Frostpunk II was announced in August 2021 and came as a surprise to many. With expansions and DLC for the original game having only just finished being released, to have a full-blown sequel announced was just completely unexpected. Frostpunk II was announced with the hashtag #SnowBloodOil, which honestly gave us some pretty good hints as to what we'll be coming across in this game. 30 years after your glacial city has survived the storm, humanity is once again tested against their greatest enemy. themselves. With the discovery of oil after the age of coal, command of the Frostland comes at a price many city leaders are willing to pay. Are you one of them? With its unique aesthetic and complex understanding of human emotions, sacrifices, and conflict, Frostpunk II promises to build upon the framework of its predecessor. New London still stands despite the animosity regarding its settlement. Your citizens and workers still live in the Frostland, praying for an end to the Ice Age, and the discovery of oil has them excited for the possibility of global warming. This studio has proven itself to be a master in social commentary while combining incredible design with challenging mechanics. Frostpunk remains, to date, one of the hardest builders I've ever attempted. But that doesn't stop me from loving the franchise, hoovering up any world-building information or external resources, replaying the game on stream for the 1000th time. While we wait for more Frostpunk 2 information, make sure to wishlist on Steam and follow the official Twitter account. Or maybe even start playing the original game, just so you're prepared when this title drops.